You need to stop caring what other people have, how much they make, and stop constantly comparing yourselves to them. You're never going to be happy in life if you're always pocket watching somebody else. It's crazy to me that us as humans are willing to accept less overall happiness if it means we have more relative to other people. There's this one study that I keep seeing in articles and books that I'm reading where subjects preferred a job in which they made $90,000 and their coworkers made $70,000 over a job in which they made $100,000 and their coworkers made $150,000. They were willing to sacrifice that extra money just because it meant their coworkers would get less relative to them. And every time I see the study, it's crazy to me because I never have looked at it like that. If I'm making more money and my coworkers are making more money, we're all winning. We're all making more money. Why would I choose to accept less money for myself if it means the people around me are making less money as well? I feel like that's just a lose-lose situation. But because us as humans tend to social comparison, when we see that we're doing better than others, it makes us feel good. And our mind perceives it as making us more happier. There was another study done in 2008-2009 that analyzed the correlation between income and your average level of happiness. This study looked at 3 different things when analyzing life satisfaction. First thing it looked for was positive affect. Second thing it looked at is feelings of not feeling sad. And the third thing it looked at is stress levels. So what they found in the study was pretty interesting. Yes, at the lower levels where people are in poverty and impoverished, your happiness does tend to correlate with your income level and get better and better. But at a certain threshold, they saw that people's happiness leveled off and remained stagnant even through higher and higher and higher increases of income. That threshold was $75,000 US, and after hitting that threshold of $75,000, emotional well-being stops rising, and that's when it remains stagnant even after increasing income tenfold, 20-fold, however many fold. The reason the researchers believe this is because $75,000 is a plausible amount for you to meet all your basic human needs like food, shelter, water, and for money not really to be an issue for you. Now you may be sitting here listening to this thinking, no, that's absolute cap. I know if I was making $1 million, I would be way happier than making $75,000. But this study showed that that's in fact not the case. We think that it is going to make us happier. We have this incorrect perception of how money can make us happier when in reality it's not going to. I've talked about this in videos before, but once we talk about buying materialistic things like clothes and cars and shoes, you really don't increase your long-term happiness at all, right? You may feel happy for that day or even week that you bought that item, but after a certain amount of time, it just becomes a thing that is in your life and you don't pay attention to it. This shirt that you bought that you really wanted, it's just another shirt in your closet. That car is just a vehicle that you use to get from point A to point B. It doesn't matter how nice it is, how much you paid for it. It just becomes a thing at the end of the day. And so what we need to do is stop looking at what other people have and what other people are doing. The reason that we want these things, the reason that we want more money, more stuff, is because we have this perceived notion of what other people have and we want to have more than them. But you can't worry about what other people have and what other people are doing. You need to focus on what you're doing and what makes you happy. People making more money than you, people having more stuff than you, doesn't have any bearance or influence on your life. Your neighbor having an extra TV has no influence on your life. Person that lives down the street from you having 2 cars has no influence on your life. And the only reason that we even think and compare ourselves to other people is because of social media. We see these things online, they're right in our face. We think that we have to be a certain way and have a certain amount of money to be deemed successful, right? And a lot of people concur with that idealization of having a lot of money and a lot of stuff, and that's the worst part about it. But in reality, when you take a step back from it and look at it from a real world perspective, none of this stuff affects your life and your happiness levels. None of it. The fact that Jeff Bezos has a $20 million mansion has no effect on your life. I'm not sitting in his $20 million mansion. It's not right next to me. I'm not getting money off of it. He's not taxing me off of it. It has no bearing on my life, right? I don't care that he has one. You don't care that he has one. So you should stop caring about the same thing with other people. What this certain celebrity has, what this certain person you know has. They're their own person. They got their own stuff going on, and we don't care about what they're doing. As long as you're happy and truly pursuing that things that matter to you, it doesn't matter what they have. And me personally, I can agree with that. I'd rather make $75,000 doing something I truly love where it feels like I never have to work a day in my life than make $1 million doing something I absolutely despise and hate going to work and look forward to the weekends, and every time I go home I'm so exhausted I just want to lay down and do nothing. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't pocket watch them. Worry about how much they're making. If anything, you should want the best for every single person around you. I want to make more money. I hope my friends make more money. I hope my family makes more money. And I hope they're happy doing what they're doing to make that money. I don't care if they make more than me. That really doesn't matter to me. As long as I have enough to sustain life, to get myself food, shelter, clothes. And yes, it is nice to be able to purchase some luxuries, but it's not even a necessity, right? If you really want to do that, you just save up, you just budget it out, and you save yourself up enough to buy something nice for yourself every once in a while. But you can't base your entire happiness around getting certain things. Worry about you for the moment being. Be happy for other people if they're doing well. That just means they figured it out already. Good for them. Good for them. You want to figure it out too. You want other people to be happy for you if you figure things out and get successful and get your life in order, right? So you should be happy for them. And even if you make less than them, money is just paper. Money is just a number on the screen. It doesn't define who you are or how good of a person you are or your values or morals or how you treat people. It means nothing. I've talked about this before as well. Your follower counts don't mean anything. It's just a number on the screen. Worry about your values, your virtues, your morals, how you treat people. Pursuing what you love. Who cares about the money? It doesn't define anything about you. Just because you make more money doesn't make you a better person. There's a ton of people who make a lot of money who are shitty people, bad in relationships. They're lonely, they're depressed. We've seen this before. Celebrities can tell you that money doesn't buy happiness. So stop worrying about what other people have. Stop trying to make more than them. You can be happier than them. That's way more important and way more valuable than the money. Take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Bah!